just laying it back towards Cameron. Hawthorn with the numbers, with the attitude too, as Graham got it to Clark. Rawlings went without it. Gasper leaves it for Tivendale. Pettifer. Just on 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Johnson now. Standing start to the goal square once again. Choice of two, Stafford or Richardson. Stafford wants to burst through Coghlan, eventually gives it to him, and Coghlan doesn't let him down. Good work, Coghlan. Gets his first. Much needed one for the Tigers.
This is where players like Cracker have to come right into their own now, because if you're going to set the two big guys up, once the ball hits the deck, they're going to be beaten by players like Smith and Stone at ground level. You've got to have your small players really running onto the cramps.
Roden as well, could be important. Crawford with the right. It just falls to Stafford. Oh, they don't come any easier than that. I'm just checking when his birthday is, because that was a gift.
Pachoni had it, lost it, manhandled. No free kick taken by Campbell, sets it up. The general, the playmaker to Johnson, inside 50, got it! Richardson! Quick hands, he's very unselfish play. He's given it away, and Coghlan has kicked a goal. So it was either unselfish play.
And a lot of players around the forward 50, so they're trying to leave some space for Richardson to run into. Good setup, Terry.
It was a good setup, but that shows that he's gaining his confidence back as well. He was actually prepared to throw himself at that one, and there were bodies in front of him. And when you're coming back from a cheekbone, all very well doing the wrestling stuff, but to really just charge at the ball is difficult.
They've played on. Once again, they've played on, and this time it's Campbell who's on the end of it. And another goal to the Tigers. 4 in a row to Richmond. They're back in the game. 27-point margin.
Well, they've done a good job. We were almost looking at them being out of the game by half-time, the way things were going back about 10 minutes ago. But they've really worked hard to put it around. And you've just got to be careful. When Richardson has the ball, you know that he'll give it off. Players are going to man their direct opponents up. And Richardson's been the key to this turnaround. Well, you think the first couple of goals in this third quarter will be vital. If Richmond are really to mount a real challenge, they need to show the ascendancy early in the match. As for Hawthorn, I mean, if they kick the first couple, they break it out again.
This is Lotes again. Coghlan just wanted to keep it going forward. He did so to Campbell. Up towards Stafford. One-on-one with Stone. Bodywork. Waited for the cavalry to arrive through Osborne, but look at that by Cracker. Got in underneath it first. Got it back out to Stafford. Oh, great work. The goal goes to Stafford, but the great work is Cracker.
Now, Pettifer thought he was being held. Now Stafford pushing and shoving for the ball. And it is going to actually come back to Stafford.
Yep.
So 2 Richmond players there appealing for the free kick. And Stafford, who's booted 2 goals, 1 in the second quarter and 1, of course, at the start of this third term. Now to bring the Tigers back to within 15 points after trailing by 51 points. Early in the game, Stafford from just 15 metres out, rams it home.
To counteract Stafford and Richardson, others can come 3 deep and chance their arm to take marks.
Chance for the Tigers, Stafford in the ruck, again Peel for the free kick, Cracker can kick a goal! The Tigers have dragged it back to just 9 points. They've bounced out in this third term.
A mirror image at the moment, the way that the Tigers are getting their goals. In fact, 7 in a row. Pettifer, Osborne, working hard, gets support from Mitchell. Crawford went without it, Coghlan didn't. Backs himself to kick a goal. Inside 50 for 8 in a row to the Tigers! Oh, yes indeed! Coghlan gets another one. That's his third. Margin 3 points, and they're way on top everywhere, but more importantly, Terry, out of the middle once again.
Well, to say it's a funny game is the understatement of the century. I mean, this has just been a massive turnaround. We saw the stats at half-time where the Tigers really got well on top and the hard ball gets them and winning the ball at the action. And that's really kept them in good stead in this third quarter. Coughlin's been an excellent player. I thought he was really poor in the first quarter, and just had the presence of mind to hang in the game. He's really turned his form around. And
it's strength towards the goals, but only there is Chaffey for the Tigers. They clear now to the outer side to Gasper. Man on is Tivendale. Plenty of space to run into. Crawford trying to close him down, but the Tigers still have it here. Houlihan, open forward line for them. Roden is at the back. Cracker. Fleming now. Into the middle. Campbell. Had his little spell on the bench and he's back out getting it.
And it was courage. He's running against the flight of the ball. Just real courage. Hands off to Leon Cameron.
Designated kick is a designated goal, and the Tigers have hit the front.
Well, haven't I seen that a couple of times with Leon Cameron, the old 1-2.
Finds Mitchell. Too far out the score. Into the centre square. To centre half forward. Poor kick. Taken by Fiora. So they've become very ragged, the Hawks. Newman just pops it up. Just chips it to Fiora. Tigers now with all the run through Kane Johnson. Looking for Richardson. Smith did very well. Pounced on by Roden. Runs to 25. Closes to 20. Roden kicks a goal. Tigers by 8 points. Now, can the Hawks pick up the gauntlet? It's been thrown down by the Tigers, and all of a sudden they're on the ropes. They're taking a standing 8 count.
Well, they are indeed. That was a wonderful goal by Roden. What I really liked about his effort was he just kept his balance and his poise. He didn't give up the ball. A lot of players in this circumstance would have kicked it a lot earlier, KB. He ran right in to make sure that he made the absolute most of his opportunity. Big questions are now going to be asked about the Hawthorn Football Club, whether they can stand up. They had this game by the scruff of the neck. They've let it go. They really need to stand up over the next half an hour.
Well, there's Matthew Richardson with his right hamstring pretty tightly strapped. 10 goals in a row to the Tigers. Saw the Swans kick 10 1/4 last night to win the game. Likewise, the Tigers! Johnson gives it to Richardson. Richardson, who's just kicked the one, but he has handed off a couple. Been very unselfish. Richardson for 11 in a row. Yes, indeed. He's got 2. The Tigers have 7 for the quarter. Hawthorn have only managed 1 point.
Body language is not good. You just look around the ground at the Hawthorn players and there's a lot of shoulders dropped, heads dropped, and you just can't afford that in this day and age. I mean, we've already seen what the Tigers have been able to do by their turnaround. Hawthorn have got to stay in the game and remain positive if they're going to get anything out of this whatsoever.
Well, there's Richardson. It's an awesome side in full.
They're players that are capable of kicking a score if the ball comes down.
Yeah, it looks better than Mitchell and Lotes, doesn't it? Chance though for Cracker. So good in that third quarter. Oh, they got 12 in a row. Again from the stoppages, Richmond have taken control. Cracker gets his second, and it just continues on.
Bowden finds Newman. Into the centre square. Pettifer to Cracker. To Houlihan. So Houlihan from 45 metres leans back, unloads, leaves nothing behind, and hammers home a goal.
Just sees a bit of a lull again in the Hawthorn's lineup.
Tivendale eventually gets it back, and he's got some space to run into through the middle of the ground here. It's an open forward line, little chip pass, just the required distance, in fact. Probably wasn't, but Kane Johnson has it. Yeah, he doesn't waste a footy very often. From 55 metres, not bad. Oh, why not make it 14, Kane? 14 in a row to the Tigers. 31-point margin. This is unbelievable.
We might have to go to the record books to find out what's the record for unanswered goals in AFL football. 14 straight goals unanswered. It's remarkable.
Well, I can't remember it, and especially from the circumstances of how far behind they were when the 14-goal run started. Kane Johnson, we mentioned him, but that's a wonderful kick, and it's a kick of a quality player. And